Hello, my name is Susan McCoy, Future Executive Senior Sales Director with Mary Kay Incorporated. And I want to first say thank you so much for taking the time to listen in to a little bit about my journey and a little bit about what Mary Kay, the company, has to offer. So when I started my business 25 years ago, I really knew nothing about anything about Mary Kay. I thought it was for old ladies with big white hair and liked pink Cadillacs and that you had to do it full time. I had no idea about anything. So I was really excited when I got a little bit more information and could make a decision based on facts. And so that's kind of what you're doing today, is kind of listening in to see if it's going to ever be a good fit for you or not. And I want to say first off about Mary Kay Ash. When she started our company in 1963, 55 years ago, you guys, she wanted to give women an opportunity to be able to work spare time, part-time, or full-time hours, to get out of what they were doing based on what they were putting into it, and to be able to live and work by the golden rule by mapping out their priorities of God first, family second, and career third, and living in balance. And I think that that is what all women are really searching for, is how to keep everything they value in life, but to get out of it what they want, you know? And I think that when you have your priorities in order, all great things can come into fruition from that. So when I joined Mary Kay 25 years ago, I was teaching full time. I was going back to school part time. Honestly, just did not know what I wanted to be when I grew up. I had taught for about 3 years, long enough to get burnt out and decide that wasn't what I wanted to keep doing. All I could think of is, if I'm here 20 years down the road, it's not going to be a pretty day. And so I started to get my master's in counseling, and that created a need for extra money. And so I came across Mary Kay and thought, this is the perfect part-time job for me, because it's spare time hours, but part-time income. I could work 3 to 5 hours a week and make an extra $300 to $500 a month and create my own schedule around everything else I was doing. And so for about a year and a half, that's what I did. Taught full time, went back to school part time, squeezed Mary Kay in wherever it fit. And it was a great fit until I realized I didn't want to be a counselor either. So at that point, I was teaching full time, and I was doing Mary Kay a little bit more, probably about 10 to 15 hours a week. And when I did that consistently, I earned my first free car. Now, the first free car is not pink, okay? Back then it was red, now it's white. I'll tell you about the cars here in a minute. But when I earned that car, I thought, this is a free car. This is a brand new car. I've never had a brand new free car ever. And I got this from a company. I got the use of it from a company working part-time. I earned it. And I thought, okay, this is the real deal. I want to help other people be able to do this too. And so I decided from that point to go into leadership. And then right after that, I knew that would be my last year of teaching. But I found out something kind of unexpected after that. We were pregnant, and then we found out we were having twins. And it was a very interesting pregnancy, let's just call it that. Very scary. And our twins were born perfectly healthy, full term. And they are now 22, Cameron and Connor. And then we have 2 younger kids who are 17 and 15. Charlie's 17, Molly's 15. And they are the light of our lives, and they are our reason for growing our business. Jeff and I have been married for 27 years almost. And what I would just say is, this is something that not only allows you to grow and have choices, but allows your family to grow and have choices too. And so at the point that I left teaching, I'm not going to lie, I felt a little bit nervous about that. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm leaving my full-time teaching income for commission-based sales. And what's funny is, what I was leaving was my steady, consistent paycheck that someone else determined how much a teacher should make. And what I love is the unsteadiness. I don't know if my check's going to be $10,000 or $15,000 or more per month. And but I did know that my take-home pay as a teacher was going to be $1,400 every month, and it would grow a little, and it would grow more as I got my master's and things like that. But it would never give me the freedom and flexibility to be who I wanted to be, to do what I wanted to do, and to have what I wanted to have. And that's what Mary Kay has allowed me. It's allowed me to be the kind of wife and mom that I've always dreamed of being, but at the same time have a full-time executive income that I get to design the hours that I work for, and that I get to basically allow women to come into Mary Kay, start a business, grow a business, and teach and train and mentor them. So I don't miss teaching, because I still teach. I just teach taller people. And I get to train, and I get to mentor, and I get to grow myself at the same time while growing my business and helping other people to do the same thing. So I'm going to share with you the top 7 things that Mary Kay put into our company and she wanted women to have. Okay, so the first one is money. Most people will start something extra when there's money attached to it. And so for some people, it's a hobby. And I think hobbies usually cost you money. But for most people, they make it a lucrative business. And whether that's some spare time money, part-time money, or full-time six-figure income, that's up to you. And so what's great about that is through selling the product, we make 50% of everything that we sell. I recommend that we take a 40% profit. That's what I was trained on. And that gives you a little bit of room for, samples and books and things like that. The second way you make money is you make a 4 to 13% commission as a consultant when you sponsor someone else into Mary Kay. And I do want you to know, take it as the hugest compliment if your consultant asked you to listen today, because that means she sees things in you that she thinks would be great. She would love to work with you. And if it's not for you, it's okay. At least you're getting some facts and you can make a decision based on those facts if it's for you or not. Okay. And then as a sales director, if you go into leadership, that's a little bit more of a full-time position. And at that point, you can make a full-time income. You can replace a full-time income. Some people do it alongside of a full-time job. But at a leadership position, you are probably working 20 to 40 hours a week. And you're able to then kind of have some choices about what you do from there. Okay. And so those are the three main ways that we make money. I also don't want to leave out reorders, because reorders are huge. In the past 2 days, I've probably had close to $400 worth of reorders. That's just people putting their product on every night, washing it down the sink and running out and calling me for some more. So I always say I'm faster than Amazon Prime. I can get it to them in 24 hours or less. They can pick it up from me also if they choose to. But it definitely gives you the opportunity that if you're going to ever sell anything, make sure that it's a need-based product, not just something that people want. And it also gives you the opportunity to get your own products at 50% off, which is awesome too. So those are the different ways that we make money. Recognition is huge. Women love to win. We love to be recognized when we win. We love public declarations of how well we've done. We love getting diamonds and trips around the world. We love getting weekly and quarterly and monthly prizes too. And you know what? I think that just fulfills the need that women have to be appreciated. We appreciate so many people in our lives, but somebody appreciating and loving on us is absolutely amazing. Okay. The self-esteem and personal growth comes along with growing your business. And how that works is most of us started out not knowing what we were doing, but we were teachable. We were trainable. We showed up. We did the training. We got good through being kind of not good. That's me. In the beginning, I was willing to be not so great to get good. And I always tell my consultants, I'll teach you everything I ever did right because it served me well, but I'll teach you all my mistakes too, because you don't need to make those same ones. Okay. But as you're growing your business, you grow to be more confident in what you're doing. Mary Kay said, when you start out your business, you're like a tight, tiny pink rosebud. And with love and training and encouragement, you open up and you advance and grow in your business, but also you grow in your self-esteem. And I know this, when you feel good as a wife and a mama, you make everybody else feel good around you too. And as a woman with high self-esteem, you're growing a family with high self-esteem too. And I love that. You can give what you have. And I think that allows us to give away that as well. The next thing I love to share is one of my favorites, and that's the freedom and flexibility. I love owning my own time. I love getting to write my own paycheck. I love getting to pick who I work with. And the freedom and flexibility to do that is within your touch when you're in Mary Kay. And I love knowing that at the beginning, I only had 3 to 5 hours a week to do Mary Kay, but I got to pick those hours. And then as I was spare time, moved from spare time to part-time, 10 to 15 hours, I got to pick those hours. And now I've worked about 30 hours a week and I get to pick those hours. When my kids were little, I called it the Holy Week. I would work, 10 3-hour segments of time in my week. We all have 268 hours in our week. And I love, as a sales director now, I get to carve out which 30 hours are going to be my Mary Kay hours. And I always wrap them around my faith time and my family time. And that's why it works and fits good together. Well, the next thing I like to share is about the car program, because it's a rare opportunity that you can have a company car where they pay for the taxes, the license, and 80% or more of the insurance, and have a free car to drive, right? And so the company gives you the car. You have it for 2 years. After you've earned it, you can earn another one, another one, and another one. There are 4 different kinds of cars. There's a white Chevy Malibu. The next one, and that's a part-time level consultant car or a part-time director car. And then there is a dark charcoalish colored Chevy Equinox, and then there's a Mini Cooper, and then there's a pink Cadillacs. You can take the cars or the cash. The cash allowance is $425 to $900 a month, depending on which one you want. The last couple things are advancement opportunities and tax deductions, which are amazing, but you get to decide how fast or slow as you want to go in your business. You can be either a crock pot or a microwave. It's totally up to you. And the very last thing is being able to be your own boss and have a little bit of a backup plan. I think it's important to have a plan B in this world today when we have government shutdowns and companies closing, and what you thought was going to be steady sometimes isn't, and having a backup plan is super important. So that's just Mary Kay in a nutshell. If you wouldn't mind filling out the little Google Doc that gives your consultant credit and enters you into our drawing, and I hope that you win. Talk to you soon.